October 1982, Swedish territorial waters. A sonar operator screen suddenly comes alive with a contact that shouldn't be there. For 6 days, the Swedish Navy will hunt something in their waters. They'll drop depth charges, deploy helicopters, scramble corvettes and patrol boats. They'll detect it on sonar, track it with hydrophones, even photograph its periscope breaking the surface. And then it will simply vanish. This is the story of U-137 and the dozens of other submarines that appeared, then disappeared, leaving more questions than answers. To understand what happened in Swedish waters, you need to understand the invisible war being fought beneath the world's oceans. The Cold War wasn't just fought with missiles and spies. Some of its most dangerous missions happened in absolute silence, hundreds of feet below the surface, where submarines from both sides tested each other's defenses. Sweden, officially neutral, sat in a critical position. Wedged between NATO and the Soviet Union, its waters were a corridor, a shortcut for submarines trying to map NATO's northern defenses or rehearse wartime infiltration routes. By the 1980s, Swedish naval intelligence had documented over 40 suspected submarine incursions. Most were fleeting sonar contacts, possible false alarms, whales, fishing vessels, thermal layers playing tricks on hydrophones. But some were different. U-137, a Soviet Whiskey-class submarine, had run aground inside a Swedish naval base in 1981. The incident was humiliating for Moscow, proof positive that foreign subs were violating Swedish sovereignty. The Swedish Navy upgraded their detection systems, increased patrols, and waited. They wouldn't have to wait long. October 1st, 1982, Hårsfjärden Bay, a restricted naval exercise area just 30 miles from Stockholm. A Swedish corvette detects a submerged contact. Not a whale, not a thermal anomaly, a hard metallic return, moving at 4 knots. Depth, approximately 60 meters. The corvette shadows it, calls for backup. Within hours, the Swedish Navy deploys its full anti-submarine warfare arsenal. Helicopters drop sonobuoys. Patrol boats form a perimeter. And for the first time, they don't just detect it, they trap it. The submarine, whatever it is boxed into a narrow inlet. There's only one way out, and the Swedish Navy is blocking it. The hunt begins. For 6 days, the Swedish military will engage in what becomes the largest anti-submarine operation in peacetime history. They drop depth charges, not to destroy, but to force it to surface. The charges aren't set to kill, they're set to send a message. We know you're there. But the submarine doesn't surface, it doesn't retreat, it just waits. Sonar operators report hearing metallic scraping sounds. The submarine is possibly sitting on the seafloor, engines off, hoping to outlast its hunters. On day 3, something extraordinary happens. A Swedish helicopter crew spots it, a periscope, briefly breaking the surface, maybe for just seconds, before disappearing again. Photographs are taken. The evidence is undeniable. But here's where it gets strange. The submarine they're tracking is moving in ways that shouldn't be possible. It's evading detection in water so shallow that hiding should be impossible. It's outmaneuvering vessels specifically designed for anti-submarine warfare. Swedish naval analysts begin to suspect they're not hunting a single submarine. Maybe there are 2, maybe 3, coordinating, covering each other. Or maybe they're dealing with technology far more advanced than they thought. On October 6th, after 6 days of pursuit, the Swedish Navy makes a final push. They tighten the cordon, deploy every available asset. This is it. There's no escape. And then the contact disappears, not gradually, not slowly slipping away. Just gone. One moment it's there on sonar, the next, nothing. No engine noise, no movement, no trace. The Swedish Navy sweeps the area for days. They bring in specialized underwater detection equipment, divers, even magnetic anomaly detectors. Nothing. It's as if the submarine simply ceased to exist. The October 1982 incident became known as Hårsfjärden, and it changed everything. Sweden launched a formal investigation. The Submarine Defense Commission spent months analyzing hydrophone recordings, sonar data, and eyewitness reports. Their conclusion? Quote, Foreign submarines violated Swedish territorial waters on numerous occasions, but they couldn't identify who or how they escaped. The Soviet Union denied everything. NATO remained silent, and the Swedish public was left with more questions than answers. But Hårsfjärden wasn't an isolated incident. Between 1981 and 1992, Sweden documented over 6,000 suspected submarine contacts. Most were inconclusive, but dozens showed the same pattern: detection, pursuit, disappearance. In 2014, decades later, another hunt made headlines: a suspected Russian submarine in Swedish waters. Again, massive mobilization. Again, nothing found. So what really happened in Hårsfjärden? Some experts believe it was Soviet mini-submarines, small, ultra-quiet diesel-electric boats designed specifically for coastal infiltration. These subs could sit on the seafloor, power down completely, and become virtually invisible. Others point to advanced Western submarines, possibly NATO allies conducting secret intelligence operations that Sweden wasn't informed about. And some believe we still don't fully understand what modern submarines are capable of. Because the truth is, submarine technology has advanced far beyond what most people realize. Anechoic tiles that absorb sonar, air-independent propulsion systems that allow submarines to stay submerged for weeks, magnetic signature reduction. A modern submarine can hide in plain sight. Today, the Hårsfjärden incident remains officially unsolved. The Swedish Navy never recovered wreckage, never captured the submarine, never even confirmed its nationality. But what they did prove is something far more unsettling: that entire vessels, massive machines weighing thousands of tons, can slip through our defenses, operate in our waters, and vanish without a trace. The submarine that appeared, then vanished, is a reminder that the ocean still holds secrets we can't fully comprehend. And somewhere, right now, beneath the waves, submarines are moving through waters they shouldn't be in, watching, listening, mapping. And when we detect them, if we detect them, they'll simply disappear again. Because in the silent war beneath the sea, the best weapon isn't firepower, it's invisibility.